Siemanko, z tej strony Miodek. Jedziemy dzisiaj do Walserberg, najwyższego szczytu w Holandii, 322 metry. A oprócz tego wstąpimy do Muzeum Mtb w Arnhem. Będzie stamtąd relacja, zapraszamy. Jesteśmy na tanksteli u Miotka. Zalejemy diesla V-Power Racing, którego kupiliśmy za 6 zł. Pamiętacie takie czasy? To było ze 3 miesiące temu. Mamy 25 litrów, to nam wystarczy do muzeum. Tu w garażu no i wasza nagroda w konkursie, także pamiętajcie, że konkurs trwa. Czekamy na komentarze.
A do kiedy trwa ten konkurs?
Do końca maja. Dobra, wszystko mamy.
But you are really keen on mountain biking.
Yeah, but like from late 90s for me.
Late 90s,
because
okay.
I was then young. I never have money
To buy it.
Yeah,
but I have catalogs. You know?
Yeah, but that's also something how I started collecting, because I started in a little bit early, late 80s.
Okay.
I started in 89. And then I was also still a student. I was 17. I didn't have the money for all the poles and all that crazy stuff. Yeah, oh man. I said when I was young, I think some people were looking at the Playboy. Wow, look at that.
Exactly.
And then I was looking at the mountain bike action. Wow, look at the Magneto 4.
Yeah.
Look at the big elastomers. Wow. And so that's how I do. Or the bike workshop.
Mm-hmm.
You know those?
No. Where in Poland we have different ones, different kinds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but now I'm buying the catalogs from 90s again.
Yeah.
I was buying them for €2 in 90s, and now I have to spend like 50 €.
Yeah.
crankset, the new crankset.
Yeah.
But it was 950.
Yeah.
And I destroyed it because it is V2. Yeah. And I should use V1, and now I know they are different. Yeah. I think that's the hard way to learn it, and it's like exactly.
And then you are upset for a couple of days, and you think and then you start beating your wife. And
no,
joking. I joke around too much. That's me. Yeah,
so no problem.
No, that's fun. Yeah, but that's so, and that's maybe the thing difference between you and me. I'm a collector, and we have 3 rules here. We don't charge entry fee, so the museum is for free, because we are not only museum, we also like a bicycle pub and a trail center. I also took the initiative of building this beautiful mountain bike trail here. We also have like a shower and dressing facility, 2 of those. We do also rental bikes, so we try to motivate people to go on a bike, get the car outside to train, to be active. That's also one of our purposes that we really want to promote. So that's one, no entry fees. The second one is we don't sell anything.
This is my question about Kuka, because I really like them.
Now that's a really rule. We don't sell anything because we are collectors, and more and more people donate stuff to the museum. The only thing maybe I can help you with, maybe with some catalogs. Or some from the German magazine The Bike or whatever. If I have some doubles, maybe that's something I can help you with. Or maybe I know some people, they are selling bits and pieces. I don't, but a friend of mine, he does a lot of the old BMX retro stuff. He's also doing now more and more of the old mountain bike stuff. He sells, I don't. So that's really rule. We don't sell anything. I think the only thing we sell is some merchandise over there, t-shirts, and also the best selling thing is that beer crate. A little beer crate to put the beer bottles in is what we sell. And over here we sell a tube, a tire, a chain link for the first emergency. That's what we are selling. That's it. and because we don't sell anything, and that's also the purpose that I have here at the museum. I started at the museum, and when I'm dead or gone, what we call when I have a garden on my stomach, then the younger generation hopefully take over this place, and that it will continue for hundreds and hundreds of years. That's my purpose. For years and years, they called me crazy. And even my father still does it. A lot of people didn't know about it. Why I started collecting.
Exactly how it starts. Okay. What was your first bike?
Okay. I will do. I try to keep it short. And it is hard for me, but I will do it. But how I started, I also had long hairs like you, even longer. And I had a little French alpino hat on. Okay. And my life was like, or I was on my BMX, or I was in the basic school, or I was laying in bed. That was my life. And I lived like here near the forest, so I was always on my little BMX. Still a lot of people know me about that little guy on a BMX, because that was me, always riding around on my BMX. So
it was in 80s?
Yeah, it was in the 70s, 80s was that. Okay. And then I was born in 72, now it's 2022, so I'm 50 now. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. So I was always on my little BMX, and in Holland at that time, when you were 16, you were allowed to ride a moped. But I found it boring, just sitting.
Yeah,
nothing happens, just sitting there boring. And then I thought, boring shit. And then I was, when I was 16, then I was 17 in '89. I was on my little moped, and I drove past the bicycle shop, and I looked and said, what the fuck is that? Can I say that? Okay, yeah. Fucking great. And then I was riding past the bicycle shop, and I looked, what the hell is that? And suddenly there was a mountain bike behind the window, and I said, what the hell, I love it.
What was it?
It was a Panasonic.
Panasonic.
Yeah, like that yellow one over there, who's hanging there.
Okay.
That one. So I love it, I saw it, I had to have it, and for me what mountain biking makes, what I always had on my little BMX, for me it was really great. For me it's mountain biking and cycling is freedom. You can go left, right, you can go wherever you want.
Yeah, you don't need a fuel.
You just and that's what I like. I like that you are the engine. Yeah. And you have to put the effort into it, but still you can do quite some distance. Instead of walking, it's boring. And that's why we got in Holland NL. And if you translate it in Dutch, it heet niet lopen. No walking. So that's what I joke around. So so I loved it. I was riding, and then I thought everything you can do with it, going upstairs, downstairs, jumping, and then I found out after 1.5 years the whole frame was cracked. And here
aluminium?
Yeah, there was still one. Okay. Here at the down tube, it was hit, so there were some bumps in it. From all the chain stuck. When your chain is stuck between the little chain ring in the front and frame, it was all cracked open, all gone, the metal. So then I went to another bicycle shop, and I came there, and it was like seeing God or whatever. You entered the bicycle shop, the windows opened, and then you looked, and there was a rocky mountain, elevated chainstay, syncross, fork, stem, bar, seat post, everything syncross with exterior on it. Like the Holy Grail, eh? Okay. I was immediately in love, and then I got my big disappointment, and then I saw the price ticket, 5,000 guilders. I said, fucking hell! I didn't have that money. I was still a student, so I had like, oh shit, I couldn't afford it. And then below there was the first alloy one, but then there was still something like 3,079 guilders. So that was also for me a little bit hard to get, but still I worked. I had some cash money for working in construction, for being a student. You also got some money from the government. So put all the money together and threw in that old damaged Panasonic bike. And then I had my real first proper mountain bike, that Rocky Mountain Stratus. I loved it, it was great. I went on bicycle holidays with it, put a carrier on it, throw some bags on it, and I had so much fun with it. And then
Do you have still this bike?
No. Yeah, the Rocky Mountain I have. Yeah.
But yours is gone.
Yeah, my Panasonic is. I dare to say it that it was all cracked the frame, but I think if someone else was riding it for a little bit long, it would be fallen apart. And even the handlebar, because one time I went over the handlebar was bent. The thing I did, put my knee against it, pulled it, made it like some way straight, and I've been riding it for 3/4 of a year. And you cannot imagine doing that with that thin, lightweight stuff. Just bend it straight and continue riding. It was crazy that I did it. So those things you didn't thought about, you just did it and had fun. And yeah, so but then I also started reading all the magazines and all that kind of stuff, and most of the parts I couldn't afford or they were not available in Holland. I was always struggling. And then a little bit later I bought a frame, thought I could put all my bits and pieces from the Rocky Mountain, put it on the Specialized M2 S-Works, didn't fit, or buying other stuff and all that kind of shit. So and then I was looking more at all the exotic bits and pieces and then also at another bicycle shop I could buy some old rental bikes from the 80s, early 90s, otherwise they would throw them on a garbage mill because they were all run down, damaged or whatever. I said, yeah, that's a pity, this is part of history. People have been ridden on them, they had a soul, that's what I say. When people ride on the bike gets its own life, gets its soul, gets its damages or whatever. So then I bought for I think something like 10 bikes. And then at home, in my basement, I made from those 10 bikes, I made 6, 7 rideable again. But I didn't know what I was doing. I was mixing up Sun 2 with Shimano, Diacomp. I didn't know what I was doing. So just make it ready and swapping out wheels and whatever. And when I was working on it, I said, hey, listen, wait a minute. If people just throw away those bikes, this is part of history. And people have been riding on those, and there's a whole history within those bikes. If no one looked after the cultural heritage of the mountain biking, I will do it, and one day I will start a museum. And now we are more than 25 years later, I got a museum. So at that point on, I started collecting. For example, sometimes on a Friday evening or a Saturday, I went on my bicycle, would go along at all the bicycle shops in my neighborhood and asking, do you have some old bikes? And then at that time I was also already part decided. A lot of times I had to ride like 25 kilometers and I bought another bike with 2 bikes going home and all that kind of craziness. I did all that craziness. And then the bikes didn't fit against in the house anymore. Then I bought 2 sea containers full of bikes, and they were not enough. I had a crawl space at a friend's house, and I got them stored at a lot of places. And then let's say 9 years ago, my whole life was upside down. I had my divorce after 23 years.
Because of the bikes, if I
remember. No, not of the bikes. In some way she also loved to ride the bike, and that's also what she did. I got my divorce. I also had to quit my company because of due to my burnout. I found out that my eyesight even became worse. Then I went for rehab for learning with my disability to work with. Then I found out I had something like 6% left. When I move my eyes a little bit, then it looks like that I'm watching over you, but in the center of my eyes is nothing there anymore. Hey, go over there, look at it. Half naked man. Sexy motherfucker, shaking it ass. Yeah, go on. The full Monty, we go for the full Monty. Yeah, woo!
Gonna be fine.
My nipples are shaking.
Come on.
Oh my god.
I'm not that like, you don't look like a sexy woman. I don't like women with hairy chests, so I'll skip that part on it. So yeah, that's also.
I will cut it.
You like it, yeah?
You like it? You like it?
I have hairy chest.
Yeah, I have hairy chest. Yeah, I actually used to shave it, but my girlfriend now likes it, so yeah.
Driving museum.
Yeah. Oh.
You can drive it.
Hello. You were lucky that you weren't here yesterday.
Why not?
I'll tell later. I'll explain later. Yeah, she's also one of the volunteers who helps here at the museum. That's cool. So, and Lars is also a friend that I know. He used to also go on a tandem bike with people with disabilities, with eyesight. So this is also how I learned to know him. And he also works for an internet website, mountain bike magazine or cycling magazine, Velozine, and sometimes they drop by, have a chat or whatever. And yeah, there's so one big happy family actually.
Nice.
So this is how it goes. Where were I? Yeah, so then I had my divorce. I had to quit my company. I didn't have any money because I didn't also get money from the government, being disabled or whatever. I went there for rehab. They thought they could learn me something, but if you worked in construction for 30 years, you get a little bit stubborn and you all get your whole toolbox of your handiness, how you still able to do the things you were doing. And also at the same time, this building came on my path. I thought, what the fuck? I will start a museum now.
Okay.
Then I didn't realize how much it will take and how much it cost and how much effort that you had to put into it to make it the way it is now. But luckily I have good volunteers to help me around a lot, because I underestimated completely how much work it would be. And yeah, this is really fun. So, but now we have it, and that's great. And what I already said, we have our 3 rules: no entry fees, we don't sell anything. It's all about the atmosphere. And Koenie, look over there, boxes of bananas.
Oh, top of the bill.
Yeah, so if you want to have a box of bananas,
A box.
I already gave away 5 those of the cardboard boxes of bananas. So
Sell them, man.
yeah, we did. Most of them I gave away. So that's roughly how I started the museum. Yeah, so luckily that I could, this building came on my path. And I didn't know actually how much it would cost and how much effort it would take to get a museum the way it is now. But even to catalog everything with those. Look, where is he? Oh, here with this one. Then now we got all the bikes cataloged. We have them analog on paper.
So does it mean that you have more bikes than 636?
I think we now have 781.
Okay.
Yeah, because we today we also get some Coretec bikes as well. So
You see, I have like 10 or 20. So.
Yeah, there was also a time in my life that they had only like 20 bikes, or 10 bikes, only 10. So yeah, but not that long. And yeah, but I think it's also really that. I think at first I thought it's my crazy idea, but now I found out that more and more people like it and appreciate it, and even people like you, and also we also get a lot of good reactions from people from outside of Holland.
Yeah.
So that's also really great, the response we
Yeah, the
got.
people in Poland know about this museum.
Yeah, that's really crazy, because I think in the beginning I was better known outside Holland than in Holland itself. So I was world famous, but not in Holland. But I wasn't famous in Holland. So that was also very unique. And yeah, but we take it step by step, because I don't want to rush it, and we try what we do. We try to do it good or nice, and instead of rushing or whatever. And yeah,
That's nice. Doing what you love, yeah?
yeah, do the thing we love. But now, first, it was also a time for me that I was struggling to do it, and then it was more like, yeah, how do you say it? Then it was more. Yeah, then I was really struggling to keep it smiling, because then when you are living here, working here, and but now the last couple of times I'm also enjoying riding my bike more, because also sometimes it's all work, and then it's not hobby anymore. Then it was all work. So but then you really have to appreciate it again and start loving it again and having fun again doing it. And instead of it looks sometimes it looks simple. I thought about, I got a building, put some paint on it, do it up, touching up a little bit, put the bikes inside, and you are ready. It's not working that way, but we're getting there. So that's really nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice bikes, hè?
Ik wel. Ik vond het wel een leuk antwoord.
Ik wel.
Ja.
Oh, trouwens, dat is Lars van Veulency. Hij is hier wel eens vaak geweest, die heeft ook wel eens gezellig. Nou, this is an old school building. Dit was the sporting hall, the gym, or how you know.
Okay, I can see.
The baskets and the things. And this is here. It is also like a pub cafe area.
Nice that you're keeping the floor and baskets.
Yeah. So that's also what we wanted to do, and also this is the climbing rack, and there's also like more like a border between the bar and the
And here
room
also.
and also how do you call that?
I don't know. In Poland,
Horse. Horse. Yeah, the horse is smaller with 4 legs. That's what we call a horse, and this is called, we call it a closet. Free translation closet. Now here we have some overall bikes.
We have some wall with the forks.
That is, we call that. One time I think on Facebook they had something like Forky Friday, and I took a picture. It didn't say anything, and they had said, "Holy fork! What the fork is that?" And then I didn't say anything, and then a lot of people went berserk and crazy about it. And
First lefty?
yeah, lefty and a righty.
Lefty.
Lefty and a righty. At the rear, it also have one mount side.
Yeah, we've been here yesterday and we went this already.
Yeah.
oh mooi ja.
Yeah. Goed. Gaan is goed, jongen. Ja. Heb je bananen mee?
Straks ze meenemen?
Nee, neem goed zoveel mogelijk mee, hoor. Ja. Ik heb nog 2 dozen.
Ik ga stoppen.
Ik neem nog even. Ja, is goed.
Got these big brakes, which weigh quite a lot. If you can exchange front and back wheels, don't have to change
Okay, that's
whenever you like. If the need arises.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's
Awesome.
not the first bike in history which came with a similar construction. But I think it's
Doeg.
the one and only, or first mountain bike which came with a similar construction. Now like this, it's like an old pan. Old people used to have it in their kitchen.
Yeah.
Finish, yeah.
Like a sort of an enamel, cloudy texture.
Yeah, I have one of those color on my Diamondback Apex.
Ah.
Yes.
Looks similar.
Okay, well,
Not so nice, but
with your 10 bikes, or 10, 15, how many were?
I think it's around 20.
Okay. And are they all mountain bikes or also modern bikes? Or
No motorbikes, no 29ers. I never had a 29er. I don't know what you think about 29ers. I'm not ready yet.
Yeah, I think for me it was also a long time. I was not really ready for it, but I found out when you go with people biking and you have to be the guide and ride in front. And I found it. I went from a 26 full suspension bike with everything on it, and I went to a rigid 29er. I didn't miss the suspension that much because it was a fully with only let's say 80 mils of travel front and rear with the smaller wheels. But then I went to the 29er with a little bit bigger tire, like a 2.4 tire on it, with the bigger wheels. I was amazed the difference that it makes, and also more grip on the climbing. And but the most important thing is when you go from 26 to 29. That the geometry of the bikes is not that modern, because the moderns is almost like a 45-degree angle. The front is like, but you want to have it a little bit steeper, that it feels like a little playful, like a 26er. That's really important.
Okay.
That's what I found. And
I have to try it one day. But
one day when you're grown up, and So this is just overall. We have forks. We have a few magazines. We have the display cabinets. We have the Belgian brand, the Piranha, the Groovy.
we have not molding gardening.
No, it's melted. Actually here. In between, here has to be the elastomer. Yeah, but it was in a sea container. It's like a microwave. It was that warm, and then I saw some yellow stuff on the tire, and then it was the elastomer that was melting. Okay. So yeah, that was really terrible. So it was like so when it's outside for a heat wave and it's for more than 1 week, more than 30-35 degrees, you burn alive inside the metal box. It's crazy. So. And also at some of the grips were also half melting when you hold the grips. It was like falling apart, and So luckily now they are standing better than before. We have some old of the Meridas.
Yeah, this was my first bike to my collection.
Yeah.
I bought it for €20 on market.
Yeah.
This one, but my retrace bundle was not so nice anymore.
Yeah, but that's also what I said. Sometimes you can buy nice bike because Merida is not really a brand that a lot of people collect or whatever, but still they make nice bikes. And a lot of people want the Kleins or the Cannondales.
Yeah, this is the most important brand for me.
Of the Yeti. Yeah. Klein is the most important?
For me, the brand, the mantras especially.
Yeah?
Yeah, because you always know it's a Klein mantra.
Yeah. And that
nothing looks similar like this one,
yeah? And that's what I like, because every person has his own favorite. Yeah. Or also depends on what time period you started riding. A lot of people think the mantras, they are not like the real old school
because
Klein.
It's a track,
It's a track bike already. They like, if you want to look at the Klein, they want to have the diamond chain frame and the hardtail with the first, with the first forks, the welded ones instead of the bent one. And so don't forget to grab bananas, hè?
I don't know how to take them.
Wil je een grote rugtasje hebben?
Ja, is goed.
Een tasje, grote rugtas. The first big fullies. This one is from bamboo. Okay, from bamboo. And also, if you know, you have, we call it, you have 3 models of frames. Yeah? The soft tail, the fully, with more suspension with a pivot point, and you have the soft tail. Yeah, and this is a steel frame with the titanium chainstays, so the titanium flex a little bit more than a steel frame. So and we can go a little bit further. Do you also want the bananas?
No, thank you.
Because I'm already a little bit hungry, so I grab one.
Ik ga stoppen. Ik kan nu stoppen.
Craziness inside and and how were you? You're on a bicycle or by car? Or?
We are with camper.
Camper?
Yeah, with clients with us.
Clients with you as well?
Yeah.
On the back of the camper or in the camper?
On the back.
Yeah? Oh, can I have it later? Maybe later? Yeah, we would love to see it.
But yes.
Okay, look at your hands. Are you not shaking?
No,
not shaking. Oh.
I saw the picture on internet with the wall with the Klein frames cut, and I'm wondering it was painful for you to do it, or you just bought it like this?
I bought it like this. It's actually, I can see it's like PVC tubing. It's not frame.
It's not original.
No.
Oh, okay.
And I also have some of those. Do you also know this one?
Yeah, but this one is original. Yeah.
Yeah. This is also original. Actually, this is how to show you the double butted, how they make the walls thinner. And I think the Cannondales are way thinner than the Klein things. And also, this is also like already the track. Because the routing of the cables is outside, not inside. Still made nicely. It's also nice to show people how they manufacture the tubing and.
And it's empty.
A lot of people say you can see the difference if the seat clamming is welded or when it's just loose clamp.
Okay.
That is one of the main. This is the easiest way to recognize. And with the cheaper ones, the cable routing is outside.
Yeah, I know.
And you can also see it here at the shape of the head tube a little bit. Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah, but still nice bikes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what do you think about today's bikes? Is they gonna be retro someday or not?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think that's also what we wanted to do. Also nowadays, I said, people have a brochure. Or magazines, they say, oh, can I have it? And they say, oh, it's not retro. I said, in 30 years time it will be.
Yeah.
Because I started collecting when no one did. Because I started collecting, then I got a lot. Because then it wasn't worth anything. But I still thought, wait, there will be a time that people still hunger for those old stuff. I noticed it, my first car was a VW Beetle. They were not worth much money, but then people wanted them because they had good memories about it or whatever, or they used to have one and then they are old in midlife crisis and they want to go back to that time.
Yeah, we have VW Transporter. So, because T4.
T4, I have the T2.
We were thinking about T3, but we tried.
That was
and it was too moeilijk for Anja, yeah.
Yeah.
So we choose the T4.
Yeah, then it's easier with the steering.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Ja,
And all-
stoer
and-
beter.
Yeah, and also I think when you go for a little bit longer distance, the T4 is more enjoyable.
Exactly. It's still old. You can feel it. It's not a new car.
Is it the 5-cylinder or the 4-cylinder?
It's 5-cylinder 2.4.
This is one of the better engines.
Yeah.
At some point they stopped building the 5-cylinder. They went to 4-cylinder with a big turbo on it, but it's more rubbish because then you're going high in the reps and also when they announced that they wanted to stop the 5-cylinder, suddenly a lot of people went to the VW store. They still wanted to have one of the last 5-cylinders.
But it's really noisy and everything. Yeah, noisy.
Compared to that one, it's silent.
Okay.
Yeah. So welcome here. This is my
Rocky Mountain.
Yeah, this is my personal bike.
29.
Yeah, 29.
Like I said,
It used to be the old frame I had. It was pink with yellow. I think if you want to have a good bike that climbs well, good in the descents, good in the cornering, and accelerate really well. Do you know what you have to have then?
Yeah.
Then you have to have a bike that has at least 4 different colors.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the best thing is neon colors on your bike. At least
those
4.
are Maguras?
Yeah,
Magura.
okay. The Gura race
I
bike.
remember the HS33.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the same color.
Yeah. That is crazy because they change only the color and they are worth a lot of money suddenly. the same product, the same thing, everything the same. Only the neon yellow coloring and it's worth.
But also John Tomac red ones. That was really
and also highly collectible. The green ones, the frog.
green ones. Okay.
That's the frog.
Yeah.
And you have also the white one.
And
That's the blue one. You had the grey one of the early ones. The race lines. Then you have the Johnny T's.
Yeah. A lot.
And also the 10th anniversary with the steel flex cables.
Yeah.
They also want.
And 500 series was. Yeah. But those have one problem with this color. That after 20 years, they're not so shiny anymore.
Yeah.
It's hard to find in good shape.
Yeah.
In this color.
But also that's also what they're now already more and more people doing. Restoring those old parts is worth doing it. And also some of the craziness. Look at this. These ones. These are hydraulic disc brakes from Shimano from 75.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
It was made for not for mountain bike for
Yeah, it was more like an extra brakes, for example, on a tandem or whatever. Or
Okay. Kalina. Okay.
she's working now. She's really yeah, come on here. This area, this is where we are going to. Here we have our oldest bikes. Okay. Some of the oldest bikes, and on that side we're going to show an area how the mountain biking started. We're going to make some signs about story about me, how when I started. I say the story how I started cycling, the story about the building, the story about how we started at the museum, and then also a little bit about the history, how it all started, the mountain biking, and with those kind of bikes, and also what we are going, where we're working on. You already saw the. That box with all the papers, with the analog ones printed on paper.
Looking for original part. Okay.
Yeah, and now we also have the analog on paper, but we also have a digital. Also, what we go to do, we go to make those signs next to every bike, and then also we have this code. Then you can link to the website, and then you can have more information about that bike.
Oh, great!
So we're working on making the stories about the bike. Doing all the research, and that's so much work. So luckily I have volunteers with better eyesight than I have, and they like working with the computer. I hate it, so that's great. So yeah, that's really I like the 80s. I like the old bikes, how they look, how they ride. It's so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and here we have some of the old stuff on display, like a damper. You could mount it on your bike, a damper between the fork.
Wait a moment.
There's so much to see. Yeah! Now, I'm just going to show you some few bits. This was also crazy. A damper that you mounted between your fork and your frame. So the handlebar wouldn't slip out of your hands or those kind of things. brake pads, they had a warranty year of 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I rather have
How
that.
you can use them for 3 years?
Yeah, they kill your rims. I rather have that my brake pads are gone than my rims. So it's easier to swap out the brake pads instead of the rims. We have some of the old big stems. I have some of the old stems. They are 170 centimeters. That's crazy. And also that's what we did in the 90s, tuning. Making all the anodized, colorful bolts on your bikes, and or that thing that my father used to do a lot of 4x4 riding. You had the bull bar and all that protecting stuff around it. Okay. And this is also thing that you mounted around your bracket piece of your frame, so that it would protect your chain rings in the front. Okay. I had it on my bike. The first ride I did, I hit a piece of wood. And then it was bent all around my chain rings, so it did more damage than the that's the craziness. And also some of the bar ends, you barely don't see them anymore.
Yeah, or those for Canti, but you can buy them on AliExpress right now.
Yeah,
but they are not really.
Yeah, or the toe clips, instead of the SPD. Yeah, that was so much fun. Yeah, this is also a nice bike. This is from a Dutch company, Tutorial, and they made it. They made this bike especially for the guy who rode through Siberia.
Okay.
And then it's mounted glued together 3 rims, and then the middle rim is more like a spacer, because then they put like double tires on it with spikes.
Okay, but not this one now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's really strange.
Yeah, the middle rim is just for a spacer. Okay. Because the tire is always wider than the rim is. And that's why they use the middle rim as a spacer. And some of the forks, look at it, one of the first forks with a disc mount, and it was the disc mount at the front of the fork. Now it's always at the back of the fork. Okay. So some of the craziness.
Crazy
things.
I didn't know about it.
Some newer.
Yeah. So when we have there the history of the bikes, how it all started, and now we continue the timeline, and that's more from the early.
Oh, so it's going
yeah, and then we have those signs. Then we go to when you walk through the museum, you can see the whole timeline. said, when the mountain biking started, you didn't have proper mountain bike parts and bits and pieces. It was all mixed together with the parts that were laying around. Look at this. When you look at this stem, this is like a BMX stem.
Yeah.
These are the shifters that's normally with a road bike at the down tube. And these are the brake levers that I also used to have on my moped and those kind of things. And it was just mixing up together. And when you look at the geometry of the frames, it looks like a normal push bike of a Dutch bike, and also with those kind of forks. Yeah. And it's still, imagine going on and downhill with more than 50 km an hour with those skinny forks. It can be scary. So yeah.
This is how it starts. Yeah.
Yeah.
The story starts.
Yeah, and this is before it became Klein. It was Mountain Klein. Yeah. Really, and a friend of mine restored this bike, and it's really crazy.
Mm. That is.
And when you also look at the
I think this wasn't a good idea to put the brake at the.
it's at some bits
because of dirt and everything.
Yeah, the dirt, but at some bits it was more strong. The frame was there more stronger than at the chain stays a little bit higher. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think just overall, just when you look at the bikes, they're still quite big frames with all the Conti brakes. They still have those sticking out pretty wide. Yeah. And then in the early 90s, you get them the straight ones with the M900, the low profile. They were more standing more straight up. So that's also when you walk around. You can see already a little bit the transition.
Yeah, and you can see when the V-brakes start or when.
Yeah. This is still in the Conti kind.
Yeah.
And also this is, look at this. Do you know this?
No.
This is the first dropper post.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, what you did, you could open it, then it lower, and go down, and then at the bottom.
Only till here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you could open it again, but it never went back to the exact height.
Okay.
So it was
that's smart. To
yeah. but there's those
and light.
Yeah. Because we used to have those kind of things, and also because we also had those things who didn't work. Mm-hmm. Then we learned what should work, and that's how we are now at the point that we are now. Because we learned and we developed over the years and years, and yeah.
But this one is nice.
Yeah.
Nice color.
That was more this.
Yeah, this is like the first fat bikes actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that guy Hanebrink used to make forks and frames and all bits and pieces. Then he also had 3 chainrings there. But he didn't like it that with those normal skinny tires he couldn't go through the loose sand. And he thought, I should come up with something. And he took some wheels from the quad and and he made a bike.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, this is something what we used to do. Look at this. We made the handlebars shorter.
Yeah, they're like this.
Yeah.
Like.
And now we're riding like this. So yeah, I like that better. So there's also on my modern bike. I'm going to chop the handlebar because they're too wide.
Yeah, still have some Onzas with this.
Yeah.
This your first bike, Summit, you said?
Nee, Panasonic.
Yeah,
but the
second one was a Rocky Mountain Stratos. It's not here.
Okay.
These are fast bikes because they are colorful.
Okay.
Yeah. And here, I show you one.
Oh, okay. So it's plastic, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's also what I like from Klein. From Klein, they had every color scheme had its name. The Night Storm, the most, I think the most famous one.
It's the rose and the pies.
Yeah, these are the Night Storm with the thunder, with the thunder strokes. And you also had the Gator Fate, Night Storm, all all those names. That's actually really what I like about yeah. And it was hanging at the bicycle shop where I bought some second-hand bits and pieces. Then I asked about this display thing because they weren't doing any Klein anymore. If you can take it down the wall yourself, you can have it.
Seriously?
Oh,
Yeah, so
Okay, I will take it.
yeah. Look at it. And
If
one
you
of the
don't
first,
mind.
grip shifts.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah.
But this is why I choose the Klein for my brand, because of the paintings, yeah?
Yeah.
They have totally different paintings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And also some display stuff. If we go here.
Oh, I have to... This castle is... No.
Yeah, because there was that Italian woman, Giovanni Bonazzi. She went on a similar bike as this, and they had they did that record because on a normal production bike, go as crazy as possible on a downhill, and she did 142 kilometers an hour on a standard production bike. You just those how do you get it? Those skirts or that around the frame to make it more aerodynamic or whatever, and yeah, that's what they did.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is also one of the all-time favorites.
Yeah, I think this is...
An old JT with the head wheel, Tioga disc wheel, some Ringley parts on it. Yeah.
This is the most important bike for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, it's like a holy grail.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what you know what we got here? You know what we got here?
no.
The wall of frame. Yeah, and we have more frames over there hanging, more frames over there hanging.
I'm going to cut it.
Yeah, and this is also the Specialized Ultimate with the titanium lugs, carbon fiber tubing, Nishiki alloy with this bolted on. It's also unique. The slingshot with a steel cable,
Okay.
the American Eagle Hydro 4 framed tubing. This is check a picture with spiral tubing. There are grooves in it that goes around. They call that spiral tubing.
Your knowledge is huge about this. I was thinking I know something about this, but now my brain is empty. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Dolomite. Yeah.
it is not the Dolomite.
No?
The Dolomite had
White.
pink, white, green.
Yeah, like
And this is what they told me. This pink and green was also like a team color in the US.
Okay.
Most of the Klein get damaged where the cable goes through the frame. They damage there already. So yeah. And also this also what a lot of the purists hate when you drill out the holes and you put the Magura lining through the frame instead of the normal. Or some people go crazy.
Yeah.
My telephone.
Because it's not original, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also when you want to have I have also two with the real old ones. This is like the bent one, and they are like the welded one. They are also highly collectible. The forks are a little bit different. This is nice and bent. They are like this, and then welded like on a 45-degree angle, and then welded together.
Okay. And those mission controls, yeah, pretty crazy, yeah?
Yeah. Everything that has to do with the Klein is.
Yeah.
Even nowadays, even the old Rascals and the Pinnacles, and they also start to go to get worth a lot of money. So
Yeah, exactly. Even those tracks, attitudes. And
yeah, you have one of the first track attitudes. You can also put a head shock in it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what a friend of mine did or used to do. And, it's also like nice Sorotta with all the poles, bits and pieces on it. The Breeze, Cloud 9, also very rare bike.
Never heard about those brands.
No?
Have different catalogs.
Shame on you, one of the first. Joe Breeze, one of the legends.
Okay.
Hey, if you want, go on the internet and go look for the movie Klunkers. 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 That's how they called the old bike. And also that one is also a very rare one. Only the frame, just the frame without the fork, anything, was 7,000 guilders. Because and it has the damping of the rear shock mounted in the top tube. And the connection between the damper and the rear frame is a chain link of a motorbike.
Okay.
Imagine having the frame, the fork and the cranks and the bracket axle is around 10,000 and then you still have to buy the rest of the bits. So, expensive bike.
Yeah. It's made by titanium?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hand-built titanium bike. And look at this head shock.
Okay, suspension here, on the bottom.
Yeah, and this is also like a magnesium one.
Okay.
Yeah, and in the Yeti, the Tioga disc drive, or they call it Tioga tension disc, without any spokes in it or whatever. The sound they make.
There is no spokes?
No spokes.
Okay.
Just a plastic sheet and with Kevlar wiring glued on it, and then with the spokes you also have the spokes in a certain pattern, and then you tighten the spokes and then give it strength. And that's also what you do with that. You have the plastic sheet with the Kevlar wiring. It's also in a different pattern, and then you put the tension on the similar thing like the spoke nipples. Yeah, you can make it. Yeah.
Quite heavy.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's super light. And this also, at some point when you were riding with the bar ends, you could also break from your bar ends. This is also even a different suspension stem.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And that's also what I like, that shape, that elevated chainstay. That the horizontal chainstay is lifted, is elevated. That's, I like that model.
This silver one?
Yeah, this one, the Haro. And this is also real classical on the Merlin, titanium. Another nice climb.
Yeah, that's cool.
And another Yeti.
Oh, more Yetis.
Yeah. And here's the Yeti Ultimate.
Okay.
Zaskar.
Yeah. And look at this, the Caramba double barrel cranks. One hole here and one hole here. There's actually, if you like two holes, it's like a double barrel shotgun.
Okay, this is why. Okay.
Yeah, that's how it's called that way. And this is like a two-wheel drive bike. But you have that flexible cardan.
I know this one.
Yeah. You've got a new proof, a Sorota. Look at this, this is like a triangle shaped top tube.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mantis.
Yeah, the Mantis, the Super V and the Flying V. The S-Bike Daytona full suspension. The S-Bike hardtail. Ritchie P21. It's like a real classical one.
Yeah.
And the Ritchie Softail. Never been ridden or finished or built up. Yeah. And of course the Slingshots. Real crazy bike.
Really light because of this?
No, not really, because you have to still try to have the strength in the frame. But yeah.
Looks smart.
Yeah. Let's go to next door, and then you still can take your time to have a look around for yourself and whatever. Here the Raven.
There is one on market right now.
You also have like shower and dressing facility.
Okay.
And here we have a little bit more. And here we have even more.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
We also had to put some bikes on storage because there was not enough space. But here we have a Raven, a Titus, a Votec, a Nikolai, a Luke with the carbon modern Luke Fornalis. One of the look, and this is great. The moods. Look at the welding. This is like real bike porn. When you look at the how nice the welding is.
Yeah, this connection is. This looks like there is no connection.
Yeah, it's a very thin welding. Yeah. And also, I'm partly sighted. I have only 6% left. But when in Holland we say when you have a midlife crisis, you buy a motorbike or a sports car.
Okay.
I don't have a driving license anymore, but look what I got. I got my Porsche, Mercedes-Benz, and a Subaru. But the Subaru is also like a two-wheel drive bike. When with the chain you power your rear wheel, and with this clutch you can put it on and off. When you put tension on the chain, you drive the rear wheel drives the belt, and here the belt goes around it, so then it's a two-wheel drive.
Oh my gosh, okay.
This is also like
No.
a carbon one, similar like a Klein Mantra. Yeah, a nice little Mantra.
Oh, beauty. Yeah, she's beauty. It's Mantra Comp.
Yeah, but I like the coloring of it.
Yeah.
With
What is
950.
Is the name of this color?
Chameleon.
No.
We call it nice.
Haze.
Nice.
Nice.
And this bike, this was my own bike. It was my lightweight bike. Look at the small handlebars, Steinbach brake levers, homemade 9-speed thumb shifters, Marinovative, the cheap trick brakes, a wheel set of around 1 kilogram, less than 1100 grams. Everything is lightweight on that bike. I had it with the pedals, a complete bike. I had it around 7.9 kg, under the 8 kilos.
Whoa.
Complete in 99.
It's aluminium, yeah?
The alloy is alloy with carbon seat post, a saddle, handlebars, a head cap, cranks, everything. Quite some titanium and I would say seat post, saddle, handlebar, cranks. This all carbon fiber. And
Yeah, but less than 8 kilo in 2000 months.
Yeah.
Okay, some Konas here.
Yeah.
GT track.
This is a Durgan hot chili.
Okay. With huge bomber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American Eagle.
Atlanta.
And here we have more frames hanging around, and we have also in the shed we have like boxes of all the spare parts. We also got them all sorted out: front mag, rear mag, bracket, seat post, headsets. We got them all sorted out.
This DBR is Diamondback.
Yeah, Diamondback Racing.
Nice. I love those bikes. This classic one.
Yeah. Yeah, but this also is a carbon fiber one. But look at this, also has elevated chainstay. But the story was behind it. It has like absorption, trilling. It has something, a name on it. And then it said that it also had some suspension on the rear. So
okay.
And a titanium B1.
Yeah, but Batavus is not really. We don't know this brand in Poland. Because it's Netherlands brand, yeah.
A Dutch brand.
Yeah.
And look at this. It's also a pretty unique one. It's a white, and it has the same suspension as a BMW motorbike.
Okay.
The paralever suspension system. So when you brake hard, it doesn't dive that much. So it gives better control on your bike. And even when you brake hard, it keeps on going up and down. And most of the bikes, when you brake hard, it just goes down and doesn't do anything anymore. So
LTS.
yeah, the Thermoplast.
Thermoplast. Okay.
And one of the all-time favorite, that's
This fat chance.
Fat Chance. Team Fat Chance. The Fat Chance Yo Eddie. And that was also mine. This one.
Private.
The Specialized.
Yeah.
That was my Specialized S-Works. That was also one of my first builds that I did completely, yeah. But then I had everything with TNT on it, TNT wheels, the TNT seat post, cranks, non-quickies, yeah. Well, it was a crazy buy. So,
a lot of story.
yeah.
This is E33?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm grabbing a little bit to drink.
W najwyższym punkcie Holandii, 322 metry. Nie, leci fajna muzyczka.